Good evening, everybody, and a warm welcome to this team talk today. It's still January 2022, and I think the theme is New Year, New Opportunities. So I think we're here today in order to be able to grab those opportunities so that they don't pass us by. So a warm welcome to everybody. Today I'm going to try and steer this ship, and hopefully it will land where it's supposed to land. Yeah. Without wasting time, the name is Yoli Sanjamela, originally from the Eastern Cape, but today I'm calling you from Boksburg in Gauteng. I'm in this business. I'm a distributor, and I've been around the block, and I've been around Neolife for many years. How do I fit in here? My mother was in this business many years ago when I was still a young girl, and she introduced me to the products, especially the cleaning products, which I fell in love with. And as I grew up, I got to know the nutritional products. And I think my being the way I am is attributable to those products. So yeah, so that's where I fit in. But now my father encouraged me to study and work hard, and that I did. But in that process, I got retrenched when I got retrenched twice. I did some facilitation work that also dried up. And when that happened, I remembered my mother that, she left this business for me. This is a good thing. So today, we've got a nice program that is the training program. And I think what I want to talk about today is the importance of this very meeting that we're at today. For me, it's very, very important. And I think the word team, if you look at it, it means together, everybody achieves more. So yes, you can say, I can sit in my corner and sell the products and I'll be fine. But I doubt if that's the case, because here at Neolife, the more people you help, the more successful you become. So this team talk is very, very important. Now we call it a team talk because we talk to the team members, we talk to each other. And what flows out of that is a lot of support, is a lot of learning about the product, about the business, about everything. So it's, for me, I'm very, very passionate about it, because I always say, whatever you do, whether it's a job, whether you're a professional, whether you are whatever, you need to be trained in order to be better. And I think if I go back to the theme, in order for us to grab these opportunities, we need to be the best versions of ourselves. So we need to work on ourselves. I always listen to Jim Rohn, because he really does emphasize this issue of working on yourself. And he says it nicely that, life is like seasons. You've got the winter, the summer, the spring, and the autumn. And there's no way that you can change those seasons. What you need to change, you need to change yourself so that you're able to cope with winter, you're able to cope with summer, you're able to cope with autumn, etc., etc. So even in this business, there are seasons, and those seasons come in the form of the challenges that we encounter as we are doing the business. There are months that are good, which is probably winter. There are months that are, summer. There are months that are bad. But the most important thing is that you have to be able to deal with those challenges. So what is important is that you work on yourself. Because if you work on yourself, you are able to overcome those challenges. And he always says that don't wish for less challenges. Wish that you were wiser. And the only way in which you can be wiser is to develop yourself, is the personal development. And I say again, I'm really passionate, because even during the days I was just using the products, you know, my mother used to tell me about the meetings, and I used to go, and I grew as a person. You know, I became a better person. Even though I was not making money, but I became a better person. So these meetings are very good. And the other part is that we learn about the products, because the products are the anchor of this business. So you need to know what the products are doing, so that you are able to share with other people. And you know, when you develop yourself, self-development, you make yourself valuable, you know, to the marketplace. And us as the distributors of Neolife, our marketplace is out there. Everybody and anybody is our marketplace. So you need to be valuable. How do you become valuable? You need to be attractive to people, you know. And how do you do that? Your behavior, the way you behave towards people, the way you carry yourself, you know, and people get attracted to you. There's a saying which says people buy you before they buy the product. And you get all that through personal development. And I've never seen an organization as Neolife and the Eagle team in terms of helping us to be the better versions of ourselves. So this is a call to people who are not even part of this meeting, will probably be listening to a recording, that let's make use of these meetings. And lastly, to talk about the support. You know, when you are amongst people who are positive and you think like you get that support. And even if you are facing challenges, you find that you are not alone. You know, there are people that probably went through the same challenges and they overcame them. And that those challenges didn't kill them, or they didn't even make them quit the business, but they kept on. So that support from the team, and the support from Neolife and the Eagle team. I always say that I worked in the corporate for, I think, for about 40 years, yeah, for 30 years. And the support that I got from Neolife and Eagle team is far more than the support I got for all those 30 years, because you get a lot of support in here. And the last thing that I want to appeal to people, let's be teachable. You know, that's the only thing that we need to do. Allow yourself to be teachable. We say at Neolife, come as you are. We are going to teach you. We're going to coach you. We won't do it for you, but we will work with you to ensure that you achieve the things. Oh yeah, that's me today. Thank you so much. Now the next session is about the products that we're going to be discussing. And the first product that we'll be discussing is Feminine Herbal Complex. And Jen will be taking us through that. And I think we all know that you introduce yourself briefly, and then you take about 2 minutes on each product. Thanks, Jen. Over to you.
Thanks so much, Yoli. Well done. That was a great session. Hi, yes, I'm Jan Ross. We farm in the Bedford district in the Eastern Cape, and we have 2 adult children, and I now have a grandchild, which is very exciting. Brand new grandchild. Right, Feminine Herbal Complex. I apologize, I don't have it with me because I'm not at home, and I haven't got the box with me here. But it comes in a box, and it's one of those pop-out, you know, little capsules, little tablets that you pop out of a sheet. Now, the feminine, all our herbal supplements, or I suppose you can call them supplements, are more medicinal than the food supplements. And that's why one has to be a little bit more careful when one starts talking about herbs, because they do have, you know, quite serious medicinal properties. But our feminine herbal complex is absolutely fantastic. It's got 10 different herbs in it and is suitable for women at any stage of our womanhood. Whether you are a sort of a teenage, just starting with menstrual cycles, whether you are a sort of a 20, 30-year-old who are in sort of childbearing age, whether you're going through menopause, there are herbs that are beneficial at every stage of our lives, which, as some of us know, can be quite complicated with our various hormonal stories. The main idea of the feminine herbal is to help with calming of our systems, calming of our hormones, calming of our emotions, etc. It's got St. John's wort in it, which is one of those herbs which is incredibly helpful for depression, you know, those feelings of a little bit sort of low mood. And then it's also got herbs that are fantastic for the actual physiological benefits of and functions of our bodies. I've got a friend who takes feminine herbal and vitamin E, though she absolutely swears by the combination of those two for her menopausal symptoms. She says that if she goes off them for any reason, her menopause symptoms just come back with a vengeance, and she gets those incredible sweats and etc. So she absolutely swears by the combination of those two. But I think we must also, I'm not talking about CalMag, but CalMag is also a very important one for women, because they the combination of the calcium and the magnesium and maybe the D, I'm not 100% sure, help relieve those PMS symptoms, you know, those feelings of bloatedness or low mood or very emotional. I mean, I remember when I was, before I hit menopause, if I was just before my menstrual cycle, I could watch a sweet advert on TV and I'd want to cry. You know, so I think our hormones really do play a very important part of our lives, and feminine herbal is one of those products that can really help just calm things down, get them into a little bit more of a sort of an even keel, and help us from, you know, help save us from going from those huge emotional and physical swings throughout our monthly cycles. So that's all for me.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you so much. That's very, very useful. So let's go out there and promote feminine herbal. I think in this day and age, with all what is happening around us, we need a lot of calmness. Yeah, to calm those emotions, etc. Thanks, Jan. All right, without wasting time, the next product is fiber tablets, and we've got Peshi and Jamela to take us through that. Peshi, I think you're here. Take it away. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm Peshi Nomaphelo Jamela in East London, a teacher and a mother and a grandmother. Yes, I've been with New Life for not less than 4 years now. Yes, I'm going to talk about this product. I call this the broom of the stomach. Why I call it the broom of the stomach? It sweeps, it helps to sweep your system. It helps with elimination. I was quite offended years ago when my doctor used to ask me when I went to him complaining about headaches and other things, and then he would ask me, how are your stools? And I would ask him, what connection is there between my headache and stools? Because then I didn't know that there was a connection. Elimination is a very important aspect in our lives. Without elimination, we become so unhealthy, so uncomfortable. And especially if you, like me, suffered from chronic constipation, you need fiber. This product is made of whole grains, fruit and vegetables. That is why you'll find that nutritionists tell us to have at least 5 servings of fruit and veg, because those have fiber that sweeps the stomach. And you'll find that when you use fiber, your stomach sweeps, it cleans at least twice a day, not once. And you'll find that when you go, it is a nice soft something that comes out of you, and the color is good, because once you eliminate all the time, you are bound to have a healthy intestinal flora, because everything is clean, and therefore the enzymes balance immediately. So this is one of my favorite products. Another thing that I love about it is that when you take it with a glass of water, you take 4 tablets a day. When you take it with a glass of water, just 30 minutes before you eat, you'll find that it gives you a feeling of fullness. So you don't eat the big portions that you normally eat when you take fiber, because you get full before, just from a small portion of food. So it is a good product that helps with weight management as well. Because when you take small portions of food, it means that you reduce the size, and therefore you reduce the amount that takes the weight down a little bit. And you get fuller for longer when you're using fiber. That's what I like about it. As a result, I recommend it a lot for people who are trying to start with weight loss program. When they cannot afford the detox, I always recommend fiber as one of the things that they can use to manage the weight. I think that's all. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thanks, Peshi. That's absolutely brilliant. You know, I like the term that is the broom of the stomach. Yeah, I think there are lots of stomachs, especially my grandchildren's stomach, which need to be swept. Yeah, thank you for that. That was very good. The next one is Formula 4. And we've got Mzi Njamela to take us through the Formula 4 and Formula 4 Plus. Are you there, Ben? You can take it away.
Maybe let me take my hat off for Formula 4. All right. Good day. Brief and sweet. I'll just introduce me a bit. I'm Mzi Njamela from the rural area of Tsomo. My upline Yoli knows a lot more about these products than I do, but I know how much they are helpful. I'm here to talk about Formula 4 and Formula 4 Plus. The problem is, if I hide from here, you can't really see Formula 4. But there's something that you can see, and that there are grains there, and there's some wheat and others, but there is grains that are in Formula 4. Okay, what is Formula 4? This is a product that is unique, and it's only for New Life. It was started early in the 50s, and that is together with 3NN, in that combination, is a product that was revolutionary in its time. It is still revolutionary today because no one has been able to make a product like this. Now, what is this? Many companies, they make minerals and vitamins, but none has made a great combination with whole grains. Now, why do you need whole grains? If you know well, is the food that we eat today is processed food. We are eating food that is ground, like meal, like SEMP that hasn't got the oils that are so essential in the maintenance of the cell membrane. So New Life created this combination of the key nutrients, which is whole grains, that make sure the cell is clean and also feed it with the minerals and vitamins. So now, how do you experience this? The glaring experience I saw with Formula 4, because ever since I joined, I was focused on the pro-vitality. But then the other time, we had a presentation at the Reserve Bank. And one of the ladies that cook, that do the dessert, we made a presentation and we gave her one sachet of Formula 4. Now, together with Threonine, it's called Formula 4+. And that is the difference. And when we gave that lady this sachet, this one sachet, she said she was getting tired every day. She was not doing well. And then we said to her, okay, get this sachet. The next day, the person who called me is not her, but her boss in the kitchen. This lady said, I'm so surprised what is going on. This lady is going to be off in the next 3 days. She normally takes a whole day to prepare for the next day, dessert for the next day. But today she's prepared enough dessert for all the days that she won't be there. What is it that you gave this person? And it was unbelievable how much energy was generated out of one sachet. Those days, one sachet, we were saying, just take it for 10 rand. But obviously we sell a whole box. So it's amazing how a combination of whole grains together with multivitamins and nutrients can do on a person, having taken just one sachet. So that's how amazing Formula 4 is. Formula 4+ is just Formula 4 with Threonine on top of it. I won't really delve into Threonine, but Threonine on its own has got a great combination in ensuring that our cells can produce at an optimal level. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for that, Mzee. That's just amazing. And that was the product I started using for many years before I knew all other products, and it really kept me going. Thank you for that. Thanks so much. Right. I can just mention a testimony from years ago, whilst I was still in Cape Town, about Formula 4. At that time, I was still not really serious about the business, but I would sell to a few people. There was a lady who was staying in New Cross in Cape Town, and that lady, she just couldn't eat a whole lot of things. She couldn't drink cold drink. There were lots of things that she could not eat. And I didn't know much about the products. The product I really was the Formula 4 and the Bichakat. So I said to her, you know what, just take this multivitamin and see what happens. And the next week when I visited her, she was so amazed in terms of how her system started working very well. She could drink stuff that she could not drink. She could eat things that she could not eat. And she would just say, please bring me those big green tablets, the Formula 4. So Formula 4 is very, very effective. And as I said myself, before I knew other products, that was the product I was taking. And I never suffered flus or anything when I was still working. So yeah, that's a brilliant product. Okay, is the voice note ready?
Yeah, ready?
Okay, let's hear it.
Molweni, good afternoon. My name is Zoleka Ntuzini from Mvaba, 47 years of age, one of the distributors, Zika Neolife. I joined Neolife last year. I'm not sure about the month, but I've been suffering from arthritis, even the Petekagbi or Bramzi can attest to that. I met Upramzi through my colleague who also joined from Neolife. Then recommended that I must talk to Bramzi. Then I talked to Bramzi. Bramzi supplied me with, advised me to buy omega-3, Calmec, full motion. I think it was not easy for me because it's been besekudala ndine-arthritis. Bendingulaa mntu ungakwazi novuka kusasa ebusika, andikwazi ukuthini, ndiyaqhineka, andikwazi nothini. So apha ethubeni ke ndimane nditshayina, ndimane ndisele ezi supplements. uBramzi wathi mandithenge i-full motion. I think yiyo ke, in fact yiyo endiqinisekileyo ngayo nendishumayezayo ebantwini uba yandinceda. And nangoku ke ndisashumayela ebantwini ngoNeolife uba mabathenge ezi products zi-good kakhulu. Nam andisenangxaki yamathambo, yonke into ebendingayenzi ndiyakwazi uyenza ngoku. Ndiyakwazi uvuka ndiyojoga, ndiyakwazi uskwata. At that time I could not even squat. Bendingakwazi at all. So ndiyabulela kakhulu, enkosi.
There we go. Somebody wants to translate for the others. Good one.
Yes, I can do a little bit of translation. Maybe not everything, but just the areas that she said in Xhosa. Can I do that, Coach? Oh,
yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Yes, please.
Yes. What she says that for years she has had arthritis, and when she got the products, maybe I'll add a little bit of the reality that she was facing. When I gave her Calmeg and Omega, which are the key products I start people with, it seemed that there's a bit of a bit better for a day, and then the other day she took the products, and the other day she called me. She was crying tears. She said, "Yo, I don't know what is happening. I'm feeling so much pain. I don't know. Should I stop these products or what? What is it that you can advise?" And she was in tears. She was asking, has any other person had this much pain? So I say, you know what, to be honest, it's the first time I find somebody getting so much pain after taking this product. But it's so unfortunate because I believe that this is what the best that you can do, unless we step up and maybe take full motion. She said, "Yo, it's so much pain." Then she took more Omega. I said, "I can't recommend anything. This is all." Then she added more Omega and Calmeg. Then she took full motion. So she's saying, before she was struggling to wake up. When she woke up, her legs were tight. She couldn't even move. and she couldn't even exercise. She was always in bed. That's when I met her. And she couldn't squat, she couldn't jump, she couldn't do anything. She had chronic arthritis. But she says today, she can squat, she can jog, she can go outside, and actually she's now joined as a distributor, and she is promoting these products of New Life. She's the only one in my team who has joined somebody this month. So clearly she's determined to make this happen. Unfortunately, she tried the link, she says she couldn't get in. So yeah, she says she's promoting full motion with everybody that she's talking to. I hope I've covered everything.
Yes, yes, you did. You did. You covered everything, and that's absolutely amazing. And thanks for that. So yeah, arthritis, full motion. Let's go out there and recommend to the people that are suffering. Great.
Something, please.
Right. Okay. Now let's move right along. The next session is about business training. And,
sorry, there's a question from somebody.
Oh, okay.
Slurita here. I'd just like to find out, I suffer from arthritis terribly, and the doctor, I used to use full motion years ago when I was still working. I don't know for what reason I stopped using it. It did help. But I also suffer from heartburn. So the doctor has put me on Vimovo. I don't know whether anybody knows Vimovo. And it helps for arthritis and for heartburn. For me, it works a lot for my heartburn, but not arthritis. So I have today received my full motion, which I want to go on. Can anybody tell me if I could use the full motion and Vimovo together? Does anybody know about Vimovo? It looks the same as the full motion, actually. Same color and shape.
You know, I think we will be more qualified to talk about this other product if we can, you know, get. Maybe I'll try and talk to you, Loretta, maybe later. Once I've researched a little bit about that particular product. But typically, full motion is a food-based, but there are precautions for people who have allergy to shellfish. So I would be more comfortable making some form of giving you some form of answer once I've seen what is this medical product that you are taking.
Okay, thanks, Missy.
That's from my side.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's fair enough. So yeah, he will get back to you, and maybe we can share that information when we're, you know, in the group. Okay. Thank you so much for the products. It's amazing how much we learn about the products, because sometimes you see the product and you say, I'm not going to buy that one because I don't know anything about it. But now we've learned a lot that us as ladies, we need the feminine, we need the fiber, we need the multivitamin, and maybe the full motion. Thank you so much. Okay, moving right along, the next session is on the business training, and Mark is going to take us through, you know, the importance of step ups, sponsoring, and qualifying at your level. Okay, Coach, can you take it away for us? Thank you.
Yoli, thank you very much, and well done on the session so far. It's been most stimulating. I'm going to try something here, and I know on Zoom it's not always easy, but I'm going to ask if we can make it a little bit interactive for one or two of the things. that I want to talk about. So if you're able to use the emoticons section to either give a thumbs up like that, or to give a hand clap, or open up your video so we can see you as a response. Either you can give your hands up or whatever you want to, just to try and get a sense of some of the things that I'm going to be talking about. Yoli asked me to share on step-ups, why and what about the step-ups. So before I get right into some of the things that I want to ask is, or to share, is, have any of you ever been on Zoom or at an event, and when you see people stepping up and being recognized for having stepped up, whether it be from distributor to manager or manager to senior manager, you've actually got excited about that? Is there anybody who's had that? Let's see if any responses from anybody who's actually got excited because somebody has stepped up. Not necessarily you. I see one thumb up there. I can see a hand up there. Yeah, there's a couple of hands up. That's great. So if I'm reading correctly from what you're saying, you get excited when people step up. And I think one of the reasons that's a good reason for us to do step ups, especially when you're new in the business and you're building a team. And Mzi, you were just talking about how your new person there has just already sponsored somebody. I'm sure that the rest of your team are excited about that, but that she herself is excited because in a sense she's stepping up because she's got somebody extra in her team. And so one of the things about stepping up, if you are serious about building a team, you really do want to make sure that you step up from distributor to manager. And I'm not going to talk too much detail about going manager, other than you can either do it as 250 points on your own, or 100 points with yourself and 500 with your team. And I know that we watched our own president's team member, Jeff and Rachel Riley. They stepped up from 1 ruby to 2 ruby and all the way up to president's team. And how exciting that was to see them stepping up. And I think one of the key reasons that you want to step up is because it's going to create excitement in your team. But not only does it create excitement in your team, it creates excitement for others who look at you and say, well, if you can do it, or therefore I can do it. So part of stepping up is to give that message of, if I can, you can. And remember, we come from different backgrounds, but people do get excited when they see people stepping up. The next thing that I think is a reason why we want to step up, it's taking ownership of our business and showing leadership. We had the World Team event on Monday, and Drew covered quite a number of points. Drew and Brandon covered quite a number of points, and saying that the key driver to making money in this business is sponsoring new people. So, if you are not sponsoring people and you're wanting to make money, you won't make money, because we need to be bringing new people in. And the way to do that is to show leadership. And I'll cover one or two things around that, how we can show leadership in our teams at different levels. I want to ask the question, and you can do a thumbs up again. When you've seen people standing up for recognition or coming across the stage or being recognized online, does it give you a sense of hope that you're able to see, oh, wow, if they can, I can? It's not now, it's not the excitement, but it's the believability. This person living in a remote area, or this person who is a mom who's busy, or this person who works long hours is stepping up. Anybody want to give me a thumbs up for that one? It gives you hope. Yes. Thank you for those. This is good to get the interaction from people. So yes, that sense of getting hope that if they can, I can. Then one of the things that I really want to encourage us to do is we should become consistent. One of the ways that you get paid in this business is to remain consistent. Recently at the ADT, we talked about being consistent at your level. But I think there's another form of consistency that we want to encourage us to get into. And that is in the consistency of prospecting and inviting and introducing new people. And unfortunately, I didn't have time to have a look at it. But I know there are two people who are online this evening. Nomandla is one of them, and Mzi are particularly good at introducing people on a regular, if not monthly basis. And one of the things that you'll find is when you're introducing new people into your team, it's leadership by example. And that consistency of sponsoring somebody new and then working with them and helping them to build structure into their organization is going to help you to step up. And I'm going to come back again to the kind of things that will help you to step up. So that sense of consistent effort. So on one hand, you want to qualify at your title every month, but you also want to be consistent in building a structure and an organization so that you step up to the next level. Because when we step up to the next level, we are saying to people, if I can, you can, and they can then follow. And I've seen this in our team, I've seen it and I've felt it for ourselves, that when our upline wasn't growing, I kind of felt, well, why should I grow? So if you really want to help your team to become inspired, do things that bring results, do more in terms of sponsoring, speak to more people, or TTP as we say. Yeah, the other thing that I want to do is I want to see if I can show this to you, and I'm going to just quickly try and get out of this and go into our website and show you online. You know, you want to know what your next step is. And so you want to know what you need to do to achieve your next step. And so I'm going to just show you something in the back office that can hopefully help you to understand how you can find out where you need to go and what you need to do. So I'm just going to call up here. Just call it up and then I'll show you what it is there. Okay, I want to go back a bit to active distributor. Right, so I'm going to just share my screen briefly with you and let you see what we've got here. I'll just get my microphone on and start the broadcast. Excuse me while I get it to come up. There we go. Right, okay, so there you can see my screen and it shows you on your My Neolife office, back office there, you can go to where it says team production. You won't be able to see that. Maybe I can let you see. Where it says my team, there it says rank advancement. If you click onto rank advancement, it will call up your current rank. So you will see our next rank that we should aim for is Ruby Director. But for those of you who are new in the business, I'm rather going to show you as an active distributor. It shows that I'm qualified at active distributor. So there's going to be a bit of a challenge here because I'm not going to be able to show you all the relevant information. But your next step is manager. The next step after that is senior manager. So if I go to where we are currently Sapphire directors, and this is the kind of thing that it's going to show you. That A, you need to be a distributor. So in other words, you need to be registered and you need to be doing at least 100 points in a month. Then you need to have your membership paid up. And in this case, for us to be a Sapphire director, it says we need to have 4,000 qualifying points and 10,000 qualifying points. And already in this, for this month, we're sitting on 8,685 points out of 10,000. But to step up, we need to have another director leg. If I'll show this to you now, if I go to the next level up, I go to Ruby Director, and it shows you there what we need to have. We need to have 3 qualified legs, and we must have been a Ruby Director in qualification for 2 months. So the useful thing about this tool that we've got here is that it shows you what you need to do in order to step up to your next level. So it's very easy to see because you're going to need to have so many legs or so many points. And so to step up to the next level, you need to look at what the points are that you're doing and what the points are that you need. And the system will show you what you need. And so you can check it out and you can say, well, okay, I need to have more people in my team, because you will be able to get an average of the turnover that your business is doing. And you say, well, if my people are doing on an average of 100 points a month, in order to step up to manager and a qualified manager, I need to have 500 points in my team. So how many people do I need to have? I need to be doing 100 points myself, and I need to have 400 points from my team. So if I put it like, let me see if I can get this one up and running. If I do it like this, if you are wanting to become a manager, you want to have at least 100 points and 500 points in your team. So that if you draw it out like this, if you've got 100 points, you need to have at least 4 other people doing 100 points. But if these people are only doing 50 points in their business in a month, okay, you need to double that. So you would now need to have 8 people times 50 points. So 8 times 50 is 400 points, plus your own 100 points gives you a total of 500 points. So you can then use the structure out of the back office to see what points you need to have. And then you can look at the average points in your team and say, well, I'm not meeting my next step of manager or senior manager. I need to introduce more people into my team. So what are the numbers that we need to look at? Well, on the Neolife Directors thing, and Jan, maybe if you're still there and you want to chip in and add anything to what I'm saying, please feel free to do so. I think we've maybe lost her. Yeah, she's been bumped off by the look of it. Drew suggested to us that we should help our people who are distributors to sponsor 3 people every month. And if you're sponsoring 3 people, 1 for yourself and 2 others for other people in your team, you're going to have 3 people. And out of the average turnover, you will automatically get to the point where you become a manager. Once you become a manager, you're going to be able to step up and to be able to see yourself climbing up the ladder to the next level that you're wanting to get to. As a manager, to step up, you want to have at least 5 people in your team every month. Okay, 5 people in your team every month. To become a senior manager, you want to be bringing in 10 people into your team. Here again, 1 maybe for yourself or 2 for yourself, and the others in your team. And you'll find that you're going to get some stats, which I will do in another training at a later stage. To become a director, you want to have 15 people coming into your business every month till you get to the director level. So you would sponsor 1 or 2, and you'd work with your team to sponsor a few other people. So those are some of the pointers that I'd like to leave with you. And if there's anybody maybe who's got a question that you'd like to ask me around that now while we're online, please feel free to open your mic. I see there's a Ruby, you've opened your mic. I'm not sure who you are. Maybe it's somebody new who's just come in there. Welcome if you're new. But if there's anybody who'd like to ask a question about how do I step up and what do I need to do? Anyone? Don't feel shy to ask a question. No questions are stupid questions when it comes to a training session. Can anybody respond to me so that at least I know that I'm being heard?
Yes, Coach, we we hear you. I hear you. I understand.
Okay. When there was total silence, I thought maybe I'd been bumped off for the 4th time, because I've been bumped off a few times tonight.
No,
okay.
we are here.
just before I wrap, unless somebody else still wants to open their mic and ask a question about stepping up. Folks, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to step up. And Drew mentioned it to us the other evening. If you're not growing in your team and in your business, you're actually dying. Because what happens is that by bringing new people in and helping them to upgrade, they earning more money, they becoming excited, they becoming encouraged by what they're experiencing. And then what happens is that you obviously start to grow as well. But if you plateau and you stop introducing people, your whole business starts to plateau because you're not leading by example. So make a point of writing down those things. If you're a distributor, aim to introduce 3 people into your business every month, 1 personal plus at least 2 others. If you're a manager, aim to do at least 5 people in your team every month. And again, if you want to get clarity on that, talk to your growing upline to help you and to work with you on that one. If you want to step up to senior manager, aim to bring 10 people into your business every month. And then if you're wanting to step up to director, and that's where I'm going to stop it for now, aim to get 15 people into your team every month. Those are the averages that people have found. Some people need less, but if you work on the average, you at least have got something that you're aiming to. And so your monthly production that you're targeting for yourself in order to step up, you say, well, I've spoken to so many people, but what is my conversion rate from speaking to people to getting them to register or getting them to be product users? Because remember, your product users will help you with your volumes. And up until director, you can use volume to help you to step up. For consistency of maintaining those levels, your organization structure brings that in for you. So if you're converting the people that you've spoken to about the business into customers as well, you're going to find huge benefit out of doing that. So Yoli, I hope that has been helpful. I hope that's given each of you some idea. And folks, we are looking forward to seeing so many more people stepping up. When we saw some stats on Monday evening, and I realized that our team has got so much potential to be in that band of the people who are at the top end of growing their businesses. There is so much quality in this team. We just need to go out, all of us, and sponsor and sponsor and sponsor so that we can be seen to be growing and that we can give hope to our people. We can create excitement for our people. And then at the end of the day, we've got these wonderful teams that are making a magnificent impact on other people's lives. Back to you, Yoli.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Coach. That is very, very informative, and it's giving us direction. And there's something I want to say is that, you know, Coach is throwing a challenge at us. He's saying, let's go out there. So which means that our leaders, our uplines and everybody are in this with us. So let's all go. So you're not alone, you know. Shout, talk to your sponsor, keep your sponsor busy so that they can help you to get to that. Thank you, Coach.
Yoli, can I just say one thing before you carry
Yes.
on? And I
Yes.
see Linda looked like she might want to say something. There's a couple, I won't mention them, who are on this line today. They have consistently been inviting, and they've got guests who've joined this evening for our training.
Wow.
And they haven't registered yet, but that is the way to keep the excitement going, is to keep people by the fire and just to keep on sowing those seeds. Because eventually those seeds are going to germinate and produce a fantastic crop, and you're going to make a difference, like our study book said this week, in other people's lives. I think Linda had a question that she might want to ask.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Yoli. No, I don't have a question. Actually, I just pressed the mute instead of, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, then. Wow, thank you, Mark, once again. I think now we're wrapping up. And Z, you're still there, just to close for us with a motivational closure. Just something to keep us going and keep us excited. Thank you. Over to you.
Oh, thank you, Yoli. Thank you, team, and wow, thank you, leaders, for really helping us to make this training worthwhile. I think the guests that have joined us today, we are mainly focusing on getting ourselves warmed up. You can actually see the wealth of product, the wealth of science that our company has. I mean, we were just looking at one alphabet, excuse me, F, and that alphabet has brought in such a wealth of products that has actually turned the lives of a lot of people. Now, we are on a mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And we are doing this by changing, by reducing, or actually by reducing chronic ailments, chronic diseases, reducing the trend, because in general now, when you get sick and you are around my age on the 6th floor, or maybe if somebody dies, they ask how old was this person? And if they say, you was 50 plus 60, then they say, oh yeah, no, she was old. Now this is what we are trying as New Life to reverse. You don't have to die, or you don't have to be sick, or other people will say, oh, the pain he was having. We are aiming to reduce the pain. And I'm glad we have people like Zoe who come out today and stand out there and say, I couldn't do anything. I also couldn't do lots of things. I'm in sport, but I was in pain all the time. There seems to be a question there. Is it Rory?
Rovi,
Rovi?
your hand is up. You want to ask something?
Rovi?
Okay, I think carry on with it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, we have this program called personal growth, personal development, that is led by our leaders under the banner of the Eagle Team, which is where we learn a lot about how we can become real businessmen. I come from an employment environment. The business is something I'm starting now at the age of 60. So we are learning, and we have seen, our coach was talking about sponsoring and saying we are sponsoring. I think Nomandla is the real greatest sponsor because people listen to her. And I think the secret to sponsoring is somebody must talk, because people can't listen to you if you don't talk. So what we are about here is what? To make people healthier, wealthier. We're facing such a big challenge now. So many people have lost their jobs. They do not have, they can't put something on the table. But we have the best in terms of nutrition. So we shouldn't be shy, we shouldn't struggle. We should go out and say to people, try us, because we've been there. We've got Formula 4, a product that's unsurpassed in over 60 years, a product that combines all these key nutrients that make our lives better. Even if you are on medication, they improve the performance of your medication. So I think let's go out there. Let's say something. And don't be encouraged if the first 10 people or the first 15 people do not say yes. Because the more people say no, you are getting closer to your first yes. And if you stop with the no's, you will never ever get to the yes. So I think let's go for it. We all can do it. You don't need to be highly educated. Don't need to be wealthy. A lot of people say, I don't have money. How am I going to start the business? You don't start a business when you have money. You start a business when you need money. And that is why we are all here. But that's not all. We are making money by helping people. We seeing smiles. We hear people talking about how just saying something has helped them to become changed permanently. Let's go out, let's say the word, and we have all that it takes. We've got the best leaders in our team.
Yes.
If you need, you have a challenge, please raise your hand. Thank you, Yoli.
Wow. What more can we say after that? There's literally nothing more to say after that. Well done. Thank you, Mzi, for that motivation. Let's go out. And as I said at the beginning, at Neolife, we are given the basics. Let's go back to the basics. Let's not pursue all the cream and the nice thing. Let's go back to the basics, and the nice things will just come. And we all have the same marketing plan, the same products, the same price list. The only difference is us. So let's go out there and work on ourselves. Thank you very much for your participation. This was brilliant. Yeah, we went over time. Sorry about that. But thank you so much, and good night to everyone. Thank you.